All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Monday morning. Welcome aboard our solo AI live trade brief, man. Before I forget, next Wednesday night, man, it's in between Ole Miss and taking Jack back to Boulder for his senior year. Wednesday night at 7. If you're not in our tactical trade alert service, I'm going to knock out a brief on that. We've been crushing it in the TTA reports and the trades and stuff like that. So if you're not in tactical trade alerts and you want to check this out, go ahead and do that. If you're on YouTube right now, that link is go.topgunoptions.com/tactical dash alerts dash register. I'm live streaming right now on YouTube because I don't know if I'm going to have time to do a Monday market outlook. Matter of fact, we're going to finish a little bit early because my boy Jack's going to go drop me off at the airport to fly up to Memphis and then drive down to Ole Miss. Man, what a Saturday. Susie and Keely packed up and drove up. They got there yesterday, slept overnight in McDonough, Georgia. So I'm obviously going to head up to Memphis today and drive down Ole Miss to help move in today and tomorrow. We'll do our live trade briefs normal tomorrow and Wednesday, and then Susie and I fly back on Thursday. So very emotional, man. I didn't, she's our last one. She's our girl. I know a lot of you have already done this already, but it's my turn. And yeah, I mean, same driveway, same little girl, taking her training wheels off, and then I guess taking her training wheels off, right? So yeah, definitely bittersweet. You know, this is the cycle of life, right? And then I think about my parents when my little sister, went to college and the loss they dealt with, not only, because it was their last daughter, but because of my sister Monica and, what happened with her. So very, very bittersweet. But what a beautiful cycle of life, man. I'm beyond blessed and humbled to be their dad. I'm just so excited. Yeah, Richard, it is. But you know what? She's going to be sick of us because we fly back on Thursday, and then we're flying back up, or no, we're flying out to Boulder, drop Jack off senior year, and then we're going back to Ole Miss for bid day or something. So she's rushing a sorority and doing all that stuff, and then we're going back for Parents Weekend, and then we're going to the Georgia game. Couldn't even think about going to the LSU game, the Kiffin Bowl. So I'm excited. Going to be a lot of good football, but still bittersweet as a dad. So very grateful for all this stuff. I think in 2 weeks, Rick, next week's Rush, and then everybody else shows up. I think that's what it is. All right, so make sure you go register if you want to check out our tactical trade alert service. What's this? Oh man, up 76% year to date in the model portfolio. That's pretty damn good. I want to get that up to triple digits. I got a lot of time to do that. I think this would be one of my worst years if I stayed at like 76%. I am usually a triple digit return guy, which is awesome. I'm really focused on getting us there. But that big spike is what? Our AI names. My God, man, we have a lot to talk about in our AI portfolio today, but woo, Palantir, NVIDIA, Amazon. I mean, we're just absolutely crushing it. I got some dogs, but we called them dogs almost at the time. Real quick, make sure everybody subscribe to the our YouTube channel because check this out. I want to show you something real quick. If you're not subscribed to the TGO YouTube channel, you have to be. But check this out, man. This was posted. Look at this comment on Friday. Mr. Buckley, I'm up $74,000 on my Definium position, and my Cybin position finally turned into a significant gain. I owe you a lot. Is there a way to transfer stocks to no phone here, or should I liquidate and send cash? So, Bruce, man, thank you. I appreciate that. It's easier. We don't have I have to set up an E-Trade for the foundation to be able to do all that sorts of transfer and stuff like that. I appreciate the thought. It would just be easier to donate the cash. But this is what we talk about, folks. Profit with purpose. That's what, put the ladder down. And you might be a pharaoh. I'm not a pharaoh, so can't take it. I'll leave some good stuff to my kids, obviously, but um, you know, put the ladder down and help others heal. Our AI names are exploding. I'm almost overwhelmed. I mean, I sat here yesterday by myself. My son Jack was down in Fort Lauderdale, so empty home, me and my two dogs, the other girls. Kind of a sad day. But anyway, it's almost overwhelming the amount of news in the psychedelic space. It's becoming its own pharmaceutical sector, right? Like it's if the AI sector is seeing explosive growth, the psychedelic sector is right there, and we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Yeah, I think we have. Do we have a yeah donor advised fund? Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and get airborne because, like I said, I need to go make sure I'm packed and all sorts of stuff and get to the airport. Flying on Allegiant, so wish me well. When I board an Allegiant flight, I mean, first of all, you're sitting on folding chairs. There's like chickens running around the back. I look into the cockpit. I'm like, oh God, can I take this leg? So looks like the S&P is deciding to recover. I like that. And what's funny, folks? I woke up. It's so funny, E-Trade, man. I woke up with like $300,000 in my account. It's just so funny because somebody posted this weekend in their member area, like I woke up and I was negative 150 grand. The SPX positions, folks, will do that. They swing, and it's who wrote that? Somebody did. Like, oh my God, somebody. Yeah, exactly. Or Brent did, and somebody else too. Like, oh my God, I thought I margin call out at 150 grand. It's the pricing's all over with, but it's so funny. Oh, it was Dwayne. Yeah, it was Dwayne. He had a heart attack. He said, I feel you. So everybody, if you're in the bullish on America trades, if you're just in solo AI, you might have no idea what I'm talking about, but just beware that the pricing on those things are so wild that you will see your account, and it's so funny because, and you'll call E-Trade and they're like, whoa, whoa, no, 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 everything's good and everything like that. So just everybody know that you good. Yeah, Martin, I was up $450,000. Uh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, everybody's seen that if you're in E-Trade or in any broker for that matter, just because the bid ask is so wide and there's crazy pricing in it, which is good. But if you haven't been in a bullish in America trade for a while, as you get closer, I mean, those two trades have years to work. The bid ask spread does what? It goes from being Texas to like, Boca Raton. So it'll come in as, we get closer to expiration. But right now, we're good to go. And, we're good to go because what? It Jeff, my E-Trade was up $722,000. Uh, and it's interesting. We'll talk about this tomorrow in primary from Oxford. But, the open interest in those strikes is exploding. Why? Because we're smart. We lead the market. I don't react. I drive the fight. It's what you do in dogfighting, man. You don't, hey, what's he doing? Here's what I'm doing, dude. And you're going to react to it. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But here we are, folks. I mean, this is more primary and AR stuff, talking about Raytheon and everything like that. But we beat the New York Times by what, 6 months? Actually, not by 6 months, probably a couple years. Do you remember in a live trade brief years ago under Joe Biden, I told you about an admiral in Norfolk who said, what? We better stop. We need to start taking a look at our weapons supply here. Sending a lot to Ukraine. I'm starting to worry about the U.S. This was under Biden. So obviously when Trump comes in and we got Operation Midnight Hammer and Absolute Resolve and now Epic Fury, of course we're out of weapons. I mean, we were out of we were running low under Biden, but the same people frothing at the mouth about Trump and being low on weapons have no problem for 5 years just hand over fist. And they're stupid people because they're like, Wiz, that's not true. We were sending them old stuff. Did you not see the fucking page? We're not sending them old stuff, you idiots. It's the current patriots. That's why we're like, hey, here's a license to start building your own patriots. We're not just sending them old shit. That's stupid. It's a hyper partisan talking point, and it's not the truth. I know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So this is bad. You guys know about this. And then the headlines over the weekend is Trump's just kind of like, you know what? I'm done. I've had it. We're not going boots on the ground. I'm not going to level the Iranian people and infrastructure and stuff like that. Their Navy's gone. The Air Force is gone. A lot of their stuff's under rubble. Maybe I just declare victory and call it a day. It's a loss. If at the end of the day, the nuke program is set back 10 to 20 years, I still don't know why he hasn't sent the entire squadron of B-2s with the GBU, whatever they are, 50, whatever, the Moabs, and pick every nuke site with the B-2s and the Moabs, level them, leave. And then, he's doing the whole, man, I'm short. I got to, how many years left in my presidency? I tried. Let the next guy deal with it because I tried. If and you guys know me, I hate talking like this, but I'm going to talk like this. People are like, Trump lost the war. No, he didn't. What? We haven't fought a war since World War II. Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm or Operation Iraqi Freedom or Afghanistan. Those are not wars. You know what war is? First of all, war is hell. Second of all, war is firebombing Hamburg, Dresden, Tokyo, millions. I hate talking like this. I feel so unhealed and not clean, but I'm going to be clear. Iran fights wars. We die in war, we're going to see Allah. And, it's all awesome. When you're fighting an enemy that doesn't care about human life, not at all. We care. The president, the secretary of war, raising Cain at Dover to receive we stopped as a nation. These people don't give a fuck. So we lost this war, air quotes, because we weren't fighting a war. Again, I hate it. I don't want anybody dying anywhere. I'm my journey has turned me into a peacemaker, comma, if we are dragged kicking and screaming into a fight against, you don't believe in my Allah? Well, right here in all these pages, it says I get to kill you and cut your head off. We're going to have a fucking problem, and I will fight, and I'll fight to the death. This was always the fight, not Iraq, not Afghanistan, not all the bullshit. It was radical Islam. We're being invaded, fucking Michigan. So, folks, I want to get off my high horse here, but we didn't fight a war. If you want to fight a war, General Curtis LeMay said what? He said, if we had lost, they would have hung me as a war criminal. And he's right, right? The only war criminals are the losers. The winners are never the war criminals. But Trump was never fighting to win this. He was fighting to. He did. Well, Maduro, the guy was in a courtroom in 12 hours. The mullahs are going to fold. We killed the lead dude. They're all going to run, scatter. They didn't. You failed. So declare victory and get out. Let the Europeans deal with it. Texas too, Kathy. Yeah, I can't. Freaking Odyssey. This is the Trojan horse, man. They're not even Trojan horsing it. I'll say Ed in Michigan. Keep my name out your mouth. I wouldn't channel Will Smith, a Will Smith quote, dude, if you're running for office in this country. Are you violent? I love that he's on tape saying he hates Mackinac Island or whatever, and all Michiganders are like, "What? Oh, well, no, he hated going to conferences there." Shut up, man. You hate your state, you hate this country, and you hate everything about it. Did you see AOC on this week or ABC, whatever it was? They're all the media is finally going, all these statements you guys said during the crazy 2020 to 2024. Here's AOC. She's like, yeah, I have a friend who's a New York councilman, and he jokingly says woke 1.0 was crazy, but we've learned and we've moved on from that. So they're all trying to walk back to crazy. the Hong lady in, where is it, Wisconsin, running, for governor. We need to cancel Thanksgiving. Okay, so all the crazy is coming back to haunt them, and they're having to defend it, and they're promising you that they're less crazy. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? They're less crazy? Nah, man. They're just going to hide it for a little bit. I love it. Why am I rambling about this, folks? This is a threat to any rally. Uh, you know, the jobs number last week was a horror. And what did I tell you? It'll be an initial knee jerk reaction of, yay, good news, because the Fed's not going to be able to raise rates in September. And then it's like, well, boo, it's the shitty jobs report. So you get Elizabeth Warren as the head of the Senate Finance Committee. It's over with. You're going to see the Trump subpoenaed, all of them, to testify. You'll see Elon Musk and Doge and SpaceX. The train wreck is coming in September. The only thing that's going to save it is the nuts. When you got Bill Maher and the Raging Cajun dude just saying this ain't the Democratic Party, JD Vance's vote is in play if he runs for president. This is we got a lot coming, man. But the jobs numbers last week, I didn't look at the. Somebody can look right now at the Fed funds futures rate before the jobs report. It was what? Rate hike in September. Now it's what? I think it's less than 50-50. Somebody can go look that up real quick. We also have Kevin Warsh. He's got a. When is that? When's the Jackson Hole speech? He's on stage. I forget when it is. What else is going on this? Oh, inflation this week. Remember last month, folks, the CPI was, look, they're forecasting CPI to come in. So is this Donald Trump's Joe Biden, right? Here's Joe Biden. I love how Mayor Pete and all these idiots forget about 9.1% inflation. So is this, Trump's Joe Biden spike and we come in? If we get cool inflation, man, that in line to cool would be fantastic. But where is somebody looked that up to Jackson Hole. So CPI and PPI. Yeah, so it's not next week, obviously. Okay. End of the month. Thank you, Frank. I always remember that too. It's like before September, the fall. So yeah, end of August, the J Hole speech. This is going to be big, man. Uh, he's going to be setting the tone. He's going to have that jobs number and inflation number. So here come the Fed. But what do you do in a Jackson Hole speech when you're the new guy who says, I don't want to say anything. I'm going back to, you got to look at the folder, my briefcase, the Greenspan and Volcker. How big is the file the guy's walking in with? It'll be interesting. Okay, this is a sleeper story. I'm going to talk about more tomorrow in the primary brief. But did everybody see? Look at this transition. I didn't even plan this, and I'm awesome. And a couple months ago, I sent out a tactical trade alert on what? I'm going to update this on the airplane. Private credit distress. Ladies and gentlemen, back in June, what did I tell you? Pound these names. I give you private credit is a train wreck. I've added this to my, Bullish on America red team. This is the bearish case. Private credit. Do you know, like was it Ackman? There's a bunch of these big Blackstone, BlackRock, Black something. No. No more redemptions. We're gonna read page 87 of your thing. We can lock you up, and don't email me again, or I'm gonna sue you. Whoa. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a great report. If you listened to what I said in this tactical trade alert, you're printing money. Private credit is under growing strain. This, of course, despite their upbeat tone. What are they going to do? Say, oh my God, this sucks? I say, oh my God, this sucks. So this is bad, folks. Default rates are hitting recent highs, and the internal reviews of loan health point to tougher times ahead. Whoa. Ares, Blue Owl, Blackstone, Golub, KKR. Oh, geez, did we talk about these names in here? Yeah. Oh, I'm freaking awesome. I know I am. So, and a lot of these are obviously private folks, but the names there's Blue Owl. What did I tell you about Blue Owl? Short it. I'm good. I'm surgical with this shit. So, uh, another shameless plug, join the Tactical Trade Alert Service. Live brief next. But this is, read this when you get a chance. This is the canary in the coal mine. I was sitting here going, that is a will bring the market down. And this is one of those things that the retail trader sitting here in their, robe and bunny slippers, and you wake up and, this wouldn't be a day event like, hey, breaking news, private credit brought the market down 3,000 points. It's a rolling train wreck, but the market only cares when it cares. It's on my whiteboard. This has to be on your radar. Everybody good? I gave it to you. All right, we got to go. AI. Yeah, these are from last week. I just love these headlines, though. The AI boom is transforming the American economy beyond recognition. Yes. And then this one, opposite directions. Say it with me. When in doubt, run to who? Ma. Microsoft and Amazon. Did I grab it? I didn't grab a screenshot. Screenshot Ma for my PowerPoint. Screenshot Ma. When in doubt, run to Ma. It's stupid not to. All right. Now, this is bad. Whenever you hear me say that, you need to sit up straight and stop mentally clubbing in the Bahamas and listen to me. Hackers launching phishing cyber attacks against major hedge funds. Did you see this last week? 0.72 billions, Bobby Axelrod. Citadel, Two Sigma Investments, 75 billion under management. Ladies and gentlemen, you think private credit's bad? Breaking news, whatever hedge fund woke up today and their screens said zero. I said this years ago. I'm like, every once in a while, I print out all paper copies of my brokerage statements. You want to wake up one day and everything's at zero? Why wouldn't that happen? Why hasn't it happened yet? Well, I know for a fact that governments tell other governments, like, that's why the water system hack in Michigan was pretty bad. We have told other non-state actors and nations, like, if you take down our electrical system or the financial system, it's an act of war. Like, no shit, FDR in front of Congress, but how are you going to know who it came from? I used this server in this country and made it look like them. You could wake up and there's a lot of zeros in your account. Where's that other one? Well, we'll get to it. Let's just skip through this. Meta AI model hacked outside company, adding to concerns over rogue bots. An experiment. Folks, do you remember Fauci? I'm going to fund a gain-of-function research in a level 4 weapons lab in China. We have to make horrific viruses that can kill millions of people so we know how to defend against what? Exactly. Anyway, an experiment. This is gain-of-function research. A bunch of nerds at Meta with their slide rules and pocket protectors. Let's experiment. An experiment conducted by AI testing company, Irregular, inadvertently allowed the model to access the internet. Whoops, the same path taken in hacking incidents at Anthropic and OpenAI. Folks, it's escaped the lab. This is the wet market moment. I go on. Meta to open source its most powerful AI model as it takes a swipe at, so now we're like open sourcing stuff. So it's the Wild West, right? Bitcoin. Where's all my Bitcoin Scientologists? I haven't heard from you guys in a little while. AI will take your Bitcoin. I remember, I'm not going to name names. Some of them aren't here anymore, which is funny. What's it even at? Is it still at 60? It's been stuck at 60 for like a year. Remember 10 years ago? You're an idiot, Wiz. It's unhackable. Okay, Titanic. If it was built by man, it's hackable. Don't give me any of your bullshit. It's unhackable. It's untraceable. I don't pay taxes on it. The government doesn't know. It's a store of value. Everything you crypto Scientologists told me was bullshit. And I knew it was bullshit on day one. So I've been right the entire time. It's a store of value. It went down 50%. That ain't a store of value, folks. And stop with the, I love that they still try and do this. Well, they love saying the word fiat, and your fiat bullshit. This is the only, shut up. Is Bitcoin backed by the Abraham Lincoln and Interstate 10? Stop. I get that the dollar's not worth the paper it's printed on, but Bitcoin's not worth the laptop your key is on. Stop with the fiat's going to end. I get it. I get it. We're 40 trillion in debt. I'm going to dance until the music stops, and then I'll make money when the music stops, and I'm going to have a chair. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this exactly, Richard. Go stodgy old gold. But, digital gold, Bitcoin. I get it. It's really not taken, it's really not been adopted. The last big leg down on Bitcoin, I love my X feed with all these people and the what's his name, Michael Saylor and the monster and the strategy. It broke 100 and what a fucking if a guy who lost $6 billion in a day and could have went to jail, he's like Bobby Axelrod in Billions. He wrote a massive check to stay out of jail. That guy's an idiot. If you trust a man who lost 6 billion in a day, you're an idiot. No offense, or no offense intended. So, ladies and gentlemen, a volunteer security initiative. It used frontier AI models to scan 150 Bitcoin repositories and found more than a dozen vulnerabilities. So, folks, stop with the key and unhackable. And I told you years ago North Korea hacked in a year like 600 million Bitcoin, stole it. AI will be the end of Bitcoin. But, for all you Bitcoin Scientologists frothing at the mouth, going to type something, we're all screwed. If AI can hack Bitcoin, it can hack my E-Trade account. I get it. It can jump into my Chase account. It's terrifying. But guess what? This is bad. So anyway, that's exactly right, David. I never understood the it's a store of value. I'm like, who would sell or buy their house for Bitcoin? It just makes no sense. This is how you know Bitcoin is going lower. Meet the crypto bros who pivoted to AI. This is a top in both Bitcoin and AI, in my opinion. Here they come. These investors are dropping Bitcoin and other digital tokens after getting swept up in the mania over AI stocks. Great. Not great. I'm being facetious. So here they come. Do you remember me showing you? It was like the cover of the Wall Street Journal, like Miami Crypto 2022, and the dudes and the clubs, and they're all nerds, and there's all these women with them and their cars gone. Man, what a weird time in this country. 2020 to 2024 was just wild. What was that on Apple? There's like some series called Anarchapulco or something like that. It's like this guy gets murdered. It's a docu series about like crypto. What the hell was Anarchapulco or whatever? Look it up. Even though I don't know what I'm talking about, it's a great series about the crypto thing and just weird stuff going on. Uh, but it's also the same people who, what's the biggest thing right now, and it's annoying me. So all the young ladies or middle age or even older ladies in South Florida have pivoted from being real estate agents to what? Peptides. Peptides. So we got crypto is cold. Now it's AI, and it's like the peptide rush going on right now too. It's creepy. SpaceX, uh, awful earnings. They have no earnings, right? 15.8 billion on AI projects, and they don't plan to slow down. They do not fund their AI stuff. I don't know what to tell you, folks. It is the roaring 20s. Okay, anything else before we go? Yeah, so I have an order in for one of my bullish on America trades. I'll take 10 grand right now, 400% return. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll close that right now if you want to give me that. So I tell you to do that. Well, you do whatever you want to do. But folks, if you see a wild price thing, throw an order in. You might get filled. A couple people here got filled. Like, dude, I saw that one time. Hey man, if it's a mistake, it's a mistake. Take it. Take the Steve Miller. Go on, take the money and run. So I have an order in to close one of those trades, man, because I'll take the 400% gain, even though I know it's bullshit. It's just funny at this point. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's go look at our AI model portfolio. We are crushing it. Amazon, Broadcom, NVIDIA, Palantir, Bloom, even SpaceX, obviously making a little money. It's my energy that sucks. My energy is awesome. Oops, sorry. My energy is awesome. It's the positions. My energy is infinite, as is yours. So Amazon, good. And we only started this portfolio about 3 months ago, right? 3 or 4 months ago. So that's looking pretty tight. All right, let's start stepping through our names here. Amazon and IO, our tactical trade alert members, a new updated position. This is good. This is good. You like seeing this. Gap up. We haven't even filled it. What did I say last week? The gap was what? Three? No, three. I wish. It was the two. Yeah, 250. We're not even doing the half the gap thing here, folks. So let me throw some lines in here. I am absolutely loving Amazon, and the people are. That's exactly what that is. Thank you, technical analysis person. I was searching for the word. I'm like up, down ish. It's not a descending bearish pennant. This is yeah. It's a whatever it's called bull flag. Where's my plots here? 280. Why am I not seeing? There you go. So this is, I almost want to sit on my hands here. The biggest thing this week, folks, again, whenever I'm looking at short calls or anything like that, is that inflation, those inflation numbers. We could see a lot of volatility this week. So always, always, always keep an eye on that. But this is bullish. Gap up on earnings. We haven't even thought about filling the gap and then an up. So if you want to step in front of it, I think I have two contracts in this portfolio. Uh, let's for shits and grins, the 14th, look at the at the money straddle. What's that? 360 and four, let's just say $10. 288, 287 and a half would be yeah, 287 and a half. Let me make sure I have two of these. I'm pretty sure in this model portfolio, I have two of these. So 287 and a half with Amazon, but be very careful. You guys know Amazon, it can rip. When something's on a tear, either join it or get out of the way. So the conservative, this is my personal account, would be 287 and a half, just a little over a buck. I'll take that. But if you think we're going to rip, with light inflation numbers, we're going to rip. I do have two in this portfolio. So I'll sell two. 280, I just got filled on the 287 and a half over there. I'll sell two of these at 105. People coming out of institutions, analysts are coming out of the woodwork to raise. Remember, what do I call earnings? A smack in the face. Not that I've been smacked in the faces a lot in my life. As a child, maybe a little bit every once in a while. Your ear rings, your face hurts, and then you regroup. That's what earnings are. It's like a shock. Like there were people saying it was going to miss. There were people say it was going to beat. There were people that didn't even know it was going to beat this bad. So as the dust settles post earnings, now about a week or so after earnings is when you get the holy crap up, down, sideways revisions. We're starting to see that. So I'd love to get back. I mean, 287.20 would be the all-time high. So our short calls are up at the all-time high, above the all-time high. And I'd love to see Amazon rip this week as I cry up in Oxford. Any questions on Amazon? Great name. Absolutely love Amazon. We've been crushing it. What else do I know we have? I know we have, let's go through Palantir. Let me get a hell yeah if you're in Palantir. Holy shit, folks. $120 to, I mean, you can't. If you're not in Palantir, I told you to buy Palantir with both hands. It was a gift. Wow, 180. You're welcome. So not only should I see some nice comments about my psychedelic names like I do on YouTube, I should be getting some Kwanzaa gifts for Palantir, Amazon, Broadcom. Look at that. This is a very bullish chart, folks. I don't know if you want to step in front of it to sell some. Tony, Palantir's my best trade ever. Wiz, I'm up 103, 104% on Amazon. 18 September vertical. There you go. Nice job, Richard. So Palantir, absolutely love it. I have synthetic stock. And remember, folks, if you're sitting here going, man, did I miss that? The answer is no. All these names, are a yes. Let me group my Amazon short calls. I would accept the energy names, which we'll get to in a second. Those short calls need to go. Those are phantoms. They will resolve today, but let's put all those together. Okay. All right. So Palantir, we have one synthetic stock contract. It's on a tear, man. Be careful when something's on a tear. Either join or get out of the way. We're at 178.50. There is no 178.50. So about $8 at the money straddle. That would be 186. Let's go look. Wow, 187 and a half has a ton of premium. The 190 would be the conservative short call for the week. If you're seeing that chart, I mean, it's up over 3.5% right now. If you think we're going to fade a little bit, you do the aggressive one, 187 and a half. Okay. If you want to go a little bit more conservative, you do the 190. Entered Palantir synthetic stock on July 7th. It's up 129%. I love that. Awesome. Brent, been in Palantir since 850. Been trading ever since. Good for you. I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive just because I think we might see some hot inflation. So I'll do the 187 and a half, and I will keep a short leash on those. What are the rules of engagement for a short call? It's a credit. Just like a credit spread, 7, 8, 9. If you're looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit on the credit you take in, you close it, and then you eject potentially at double the credit that you took in. Palantir, man, what was it? 100 and something? I'm like, this was one of these sell the wife and kids, mortgage the house by Palantir down here. So Palantir, Amazon. Let's go through this computer stuff first and then the energy names. Broadcom, that's one of my best names, up 48%, 4,400 bucks. Let's go look at the chart on Broadcom. This is another just solid name. Been in it. It's, we got let's go look at the rip. Remember the rip? Boom. The near-death experience around the 350s, double bottom here, and then a rip. I think September 2nd. That's why I'm like, I want to go check because I haven't seen or heard about a Broadcom earning. So there we go. Starting to run up into earnings, man. 425. Support resistance here. And we're through it. So this might start galloping on a horse too. But the premium in this name is insane. 430. 430. That's let's just say $9 over here. 9 and let's just say 18, right? So 448. My God, look at the 44.75 calls for the week. $300. Folks, this is why I'm making so much money in Broadcom. Wow, look at those short calls. Those would be aggressive, right at the money straddle, and then look at the premium in 450. You're getting $2.34, man. I'm going to go aggressive. I'm going aggressive this week because of the inflation numbers. I can be wrong. Folks. Because you don't know how I don't know how the market's going to react. It's so funny. I can give you I think, but I've seen horrible inflation numbers and the market rallies. I've seen bad inflation or good inflation numbers and we don't. So it just depends on the consensus. All right, let's stick with the techie names and go NVIDIA. NVIDIA was on a monster run. I got blown out. So blown out of an NVIDIA Iron Condor last week. I'm 0 for 2. Here's Wiz talking about being a loser, man. I'm done. I'm gonna I'm not gonna revenge trade, right? I got blown out of a bottom down here and then blown out of the top. Uh, so two losing trades in Nvidia in like the past 3 weeks. However, comma, what's my synthetic stock doing? So I take the good with the bad. So no more Nvidia iron condors for me. But this it was a solid range. And then the old wisdom is what? Iron condors are great until when? They're not. So a little bit of a top out here. Um, August 26th, earnings in NVIDIA with Huang Jensen. Hey, Wang, it's a parking lot. Caddyshack. I love me some Rodney Dangerfield. We're at 220. Wow. 3 and 350. Let's just say 6. 226 would be the at the money straddle. There's a 227 and a half. I'll do that one. Sell the 227. If you want to go aggressive, you do the 225 because it did look like we were, you know, petering out a little bit, or at least getting into a little bit of a range up here. Not a range for an iron condor, however. So, um, I'm going to do the 225s. I think we are petering out up there, starting to do a little hover, getting ready to go into earnings there. All right, now let's go into power. Let's go BE. Bloom. Near death experience. Starting to pull out of the gutter here. Uh, October. Yeah, I mean, we already had our earnings back here. This was the near death experience. This was a good rip from earnings, from 160 up to 250. I mean, that's a significant rip, folks, but it just does look like it can't get off the mat. The power names will have their day, I guarantee you. 217 and a half. What's that? 11 and 10, $21. 240 something. My God, I have to go up. There's so much premium in these names. I'll do 240. That's inside the at the money straddle, but you're getting 350. Jesus. Wow. Unbelievable. Mitch, we're in solo AI, man. Why are you asking about psychedelics? You know better than that. I have no idea what's going on in help today. I'm focused on AI. All right, what else do I know we have? What's that? CCJ. October, we already had earnings back here. So, hey, let's get back up to 100, man. We need to, this thing's also, all the power names are climbing out of gutters, man. 98 and a half. We have a 98. That's about 102. Yep, 102. I'll sell the CCJ 102. All right, let's go back to positions. As that's loading, I can go look real quick. Help. Oh, wow. No idea. I have no idea. I haven't looked at anything AI yet this morning. AI, I mean psychedelics. See, you're confusing me. Grouping. Obviously, something came out or whatever. Was there I don't know. See, nope. I'm not going to talk about it because you're distracting me. All right, CCJ we covered. Bloom, NVIDIA. Oh, CEG. This is my dog. This is a bad dog. CEG. November, so we already had earnings. Let's go look. Oh, I remember this. It actually wasn't that bad. If anything, and I'm not going to jinx me, NVIDIA wasn't the Iron Condor candidate. It's this one. Look at that. 250, 270, well, that's 280, but I'm gonna add CEG Iron Condor. I don't want to throw a trade over my shoulder here. I want to think through it, but it's a good because there's so much premium in these names. You could do a wide Iron Condor on something like this. So 272 and a half, about what, six, five and a half, five, 10, 282 and a half. Holy crap. Look at that. The 282 and a half, folks. 265. Just pulling up a chart in the background here. I mean, that's been, kind of short-term resistance. Let's go conservative. I'll go conservative. 182 and a half. A dollar 82. I'm sorry, the 285s. And the market maker wants their due, so I'll do for a dollar 85. SPX, man, on a nice run. What's the max pain for today? That's a great looking chart, man. All time, 77.93. We might be making a run. Any questions? Got filled on the short call. Any questions? AI names. I'm loving our AI portfolio. You should be printing money in here, man. Those are some phantom short calls. Let me do this. There we go. Okay. Any questions? AI. What time? Shit. 10:47. Time's my flight. 2:30. All right. Okay. Let me look at the max pain real quick. Come on, let's go. Look at the rally. Put the rally hat on, man. Trump's just going to declare victory and walk on. I think it's awful. Um, 77, 75. That's exactly where we're heading right now. Open. There we go. Okay, man. It's not what I'm trying to do. 77, 75. 7,800. Wow, 7,800, man. I think we're making a run. You should have gotten some drinking money calls. Soon as we I'm in AI, but soon as we started to get liftoff here, 246 that thing right there, man. So we're hanging around a 50. Hanging around a 50 doesn't happen all day. You either break up or you break down. So the battle of these candles right here. Big red one, big green, medium red, and then a bigger green. 2, 4 fire. That would have been a conservative drinking money call right there. But we're gonna head all the way up to 77, 75. Wow, I love it. There you go, Rebecca, low key in it. I don't think I got filled on my. I'll take 400%. No, I didn't get filled on that. Oh, NVIDIA. I need to do my short calls over here. I haven't talked about NNE, folks. It's my lotto ticket. You know more than I do. That was true drinking money. Anything I call drinking money or what was the NVIDIA short call? Hang on. Let me grab a screenshot of all this. I'm gonna roll down the Broadcom, try and get filled. Remember, folks, I go mid-market on stuff because I go mid-market on stuff. If you want to get filled on something, you can come in and you do you. But I just that's mid-market. All right. NVIDIA was the 225s. All right, let me go do that in my personal account. Questions, concerns, oh, by the ways, or smart remarks. Um, what do you guys got? Because I gotta go wake my son up, my college son, obviously, because he's still asleep. It's the summer. Just got filled on the NVIDIA call, my personal account. What do you guys got? Questions, concerns? New. Look at a CEG Iron Condor, since that's one of my dogs. Solo AI position updates. Look at a CEG Iron Condor. Maybe I'll look at that at the airport. Image, screenshot. All right, there's all the short calls. Maybe I'll just say that to give you a heads up to look at that. So no, my Jack Matthews, my military son. He's up at Dover. Jack's my going to be a senior at Boulder son. So he's still in his summer sleep until noon. Friday, it would be a uh, weekly one. David, nothing. If Trump declares victory, this is your headline. We don't have any weapons left, folks. 2 weeks ago, the president brought the defense CEOs to the White House. Did you not see Hegseth last week, like ordering the defense companies to increase production? He's knee-jerk reacting to the president, smacking him on the head, going, "Where's all our weapons?" So, I mean, Raytheon could take a short-term hit, but when you have your customer has an unlimited checkbook technically and has nearly unlimited demand, Raytheon's a buy. I'd add to it. We already had the Raytheon, maybe pieces breaking out, but pieces not breaking out. If everything you can take profits in it. So David, it's your call. You're the tick, you're the trader in command. I don't think Raytheon's going anywhere. If anything, it's going higher. We're going to be at war with Iran eventually again. Somebody will, because we did not finish the job. Radical Islam will attack the United States. It's already in the United States. Instead of 20 hijackers using airliners, how about 20 dudes with U-Hauls and small modular nuclear weapons in every major city? Gone. That's going to happen if we don't fight radical Islam and destroy it. Period. It ain't a religion, it's a cult. It's a death cult. That's not a religion. And if it starts impacting on mine, we're going to have a problem. So, all right. Raytheon synthetic. Guys, I got to go. We're in solo AI. I shouldn't have talked about SPX, but I did. I got to go. Here's the, if you're on YouTube, go.topgunoptions.com/tactical-alerts-register. Next Wednesday night at 7, I'm going to brief you on the tactical trade alert service. But we'll talk about Raytheon tomorrow, and we'll talk about help. I have no idea what's going on in help, folks. I'll go look. I doubt it's anything horrific, or the stock would be at zero right now. If anything, add on whatever this pullback is. All right, guys, I got to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning if you're in the primary or full throttle tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Oxford time from Mississippi. All right, guys, fights on, and God bless. I'll talk to you later. Cheers.